The success of your startup is directly correlated to the amount of difficult conversations you're willing to have. So one of the biggest lessons I had to learn as a first-time founder was how to have difficult conversations. When you're in a startup, you're having difficult conversations all the time, whether it's with your co-founder, your investors, or your team. And it wasn't until I read this phenomenal book called Crucial Conversations that I started to get better at this and more comfortable with it. And so today I want to share a little bit of the tips that I learned. First, start with the heart. Imagine this: when you're in the middle of a heated conversation, again, the stakes are high, the opinions vary, emotions are running hot. And so it's really important to start with your heart and go back and understand your true motivations. What do you really want to get out of this conversation? Stick to that goal and don't get sidetracked by anger, fear, and just this need for trying to win the argument. Next, you want to master the stories. We love to create stories in our mind. They did this because they don't like me. They're just trying to get on my nerves. And truth be told, that's not really true. Those are really all stories that we have that just blur our perception of reality. So it's important that you really try to challenge those inner narratives that you have and try to strive to see the situation from different perspectives. That's going to help when you actually get into the conversation. Now, when you get into the conversation, you got to use the STATE method. That's kind of a secret weapon. And it stands for share your facts, tell your truth, ask for other paths, talk tentatively, and encourage testing. It's really a method and a roadmap for trying to have a productive conversation. You can't just go in trying to state your side. Next, it's really important to understand when a conversation goes downhill. The best two ways that you can tell it's going downhill is someone starts to get defensive or they shut down completely. When you start to see this, it's important to take a step back and understand that someone's not feeling safe, and you've got to restore safety and just respect in the conversation. And now my favorite tip of all these is rejecting the fool's choice. Imagine your grandma made a new recipe and you don't really like it. Do you tell a white lie? Or do you risk hurting her feelings with the truth? Well, guess what? You don't have to choose between those two bad options. There's actually a third, better solution that aligns with your real goal. You want to provide gentle feedback and suggest a new recipe for the next time. This same thing happens every day in these crucial and difficult conversations. You don't have to deny yourself and lie, but you also don't have to start World War III. There's probably a third, better option in this discussion. So these are some tips that helped me. Remember, the goal isn't to win an argument, but the goal is to find a good, mutually beneficial solution. I hope you remember this one thing. The success of your startup is directly correlated to the amount of difficult conversations you're willing to have. Talk to you soon. Peace.